Hi, I'm Shawn Lynch. I'm joined by Jansen. This is the Shawn and Shawn Show. Been a couple weeks. Took a little time off to let things happen.
Well, we meant to do a show last week. We just were never in the office at the same time. Just busy weeks. I was sick early in the week and probably couldn't have made it through a show without coughing and hacking. So probably best that we put it off till this week.
Right. Well, you passed that on to me anyway, even though we didn't see each other.
It's my gift to you.
It just keeps on giving too. Not a lot of the late into the season drama with our conferences that we've seen the last few years. Everything's pretty much decided, especially the champions. There's not going to be anybody fighting it out that last day.
Yeah, I mean, we had an opportunity where it could have come down to Merced and Golden Valley in the final game this week, except for Turlock kind of got in the way of that. They went in and beat Golden Valley last week. It was a close game up until about the last 3 minutes. Turlock pulled away and they clinched the CCC title. And the Golden Valley girls are undefeated in the CCC. They're 9-0 and have already clinched that title. So, yeah, there's still some jockeying for playoff positioning, but for the most part, we know who's going to be in.
Right, that's pretty much what we'll be discussing today. Also, I went out to Golden Valley girls practice to talk to Matt Thissen about the team's first championship since 2006. So we'll hear from him, and before all that, here's some sights and sounds. Lots of sights and sounds. All right, we're going to take kind of a conference glance. Go conference by conference. We'll talk about who's in, who's out, who still has slim chances, and a few of them. We'll start with the CCC girls. It's a lock. Those three are decided. But who's going to finish second is really what it's going to all come down to. And will Golden Valley finish with a perfect record?
Well, they've only got one more to do it.
Right.
Going into the league, we thought it'd be a 3-team race between Golden Valley, Buhack, and Merced. Buhack kind of stumbled out of the gate, lost their first two, but then really came back strong, and now they're tied with Merced at 6-3 in league. They finish up with Atwater on Thursday. Golden Valley and Merced are going to play Tuesday night. You got to think that the way Golden Valley's playing, they're favored in that game. So we could see Golden Valley 1, Buhack 2, and Merced 3 going into the playoffs. But that being said, you look at the max prep rankings for these teams, and they're not very high. Golden Valley in Division 2 is probably ranked 10th just because their strength of schedule and the strength of the CCC is not very high. So I don't see any of these teams getting very high seeds, and we could see Buhack and Merced end up playing in play-in games if there's more than 16 teams going next Friday.
Yeah, I mean, saying they both win the last game of the regular season, they'd be 15-10 and 14-10 respectively. And like you said, the CCC has not gotten a great deal of respect. How big in terms of just Golden Valley trying to get that home game is it for them to go undefeated and not take one late loss and kind of have things turn around on them?
Yeah, I think one thing Matt Thiesen's trying to do is you saw them, they set up an extra game, they had an extra contact, so they went and played Bear Creek and they beat them. The problem with Bear Creek is their strength, even though they have this impressive record,
right,
their strength is worse than Golden Valley. So I don't know how the committee's going to look at that. Talking to Thiessen, I think they're trying to set up a game with Riverbank for that following Monday to get one extra game in against a playoff team, and maybe that'll get them over the bubble to get them a home game for that first round if they can finish off Merced on Tuesday.
All right, let's hear what Matt Thissen had to say about the season and, just looking forward in general. Got a nice young team, nice young nucleus. This could be the start of something special for Golden Valley. All right, we're out at Golden Valley High talking to girls coach Matt Thissen. You guys clinched a share of your first league title since 2006, I believe, last week. What's that mean to this group, especially the kids that have been here for the lean years, I guess, leading up to it?
I'm really happy for particularly Camille Flores and Marissa Cervantes. They're both in their third year of varsity. Their sophomore year, wasn't pretty, but they kept working hard, and last year it got better, and then this year it got a lot better. But they never gave up. They had positive attitudes, and they worked really hard, and I'm glad to see the two of them plus the other girls get rewarded for a lot of hard work.
Obviously, taking care of business and kind of finishing out league, getting the solo titles, the focus right now. What's the girls' reaction been, I guess, since locking it up? How have they practiced?
They were actually kind of surprised at the other results of last Thursday night, but we've talked a little bit, and we would like to do as well as we can, which would be to take one game at a time and hopefully take care of business each night we go out and give ourselves the opportunity to get the best seed we can get.
Yeah, I don't know that the CCC has gotten a lot of respect for girls basketball the last few years, but you guys got a pretty good resume, especially if you can run the table. How high do you think you can get, and do you think you'll at least be at home if you can take care of everything you need to take care of?
I would like to think we'll be in the top 8 if we are able to win league, especially if we were fortunate enough to run the table. But that's something that's kind of out of our hands, just like some referee calls. We may not like it, but there's not a whole lot we can do about it. So we talk about controlling the things we can control, which is playing good defense, fundamental basketball, and hopefully these next 3 games we put our best product out on the court.
You guys were already a super talented team, and then you added Stephanie Moore, who sat out her 30 days after transferring in. What has her leadership and kind of experience, I guess, brought and given to the team moving forward?
Well, with Stephanie, you get the proverbial gym rat, someone who constantly wants to be in the gym shooting. She constantly wants to be in the weight room working out. She is definitely one of those players who's never satisfied with her most recent game. I mean, she could have 20 points and 10 rebounds, and she's still going to want to work on something. What she's brought to us more than anything is the ability to show the other girls, hey, this is how you need to do it. So leading by example, not only with her words, but just with her action. She works really hard in practice. When we run our conditioning drills, she's almost always the first one to finish. And she just, if you've seen her play in a game, that's how hard she plays in practice as well.
You guys are pretty, junior heavy and under, I guess, would be the way to word it. How much potential is there for this team to have a nice run here and a good couple of years and really get the Golden Valley program back up?
There's always that potential. We don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. We'd like to finish strong with a game tomorrow night against Atwater, and again on Thursday with Turlock, and then our senior night with Merced. Get into the playoffs. For all of these girls except for Stephanie, it's going to be something new for them, a basketball playoff game. So they're going to have to learn how to handle their emotions. They're going to have to learn how to handle the adrenaline a little bit. And, hopefully we get that out of our system in the first couple of minutes and we can settle down and play basketball after that.
Yeah, thanks, Matt.
Thank you.
Okay, let's take a look at the other girls' conferences. The WAC, pretty well set. You got Patterson winning it all. Livingston 8-2. They're going to be the second seed for sure. And then you got Central Valley already kind of locked up at third place. Nice season for Livingston. Probably going to be on the road in the playoffs, though.
Looking at this, it wasn't a very strong conference because Los Banos was down, Pacheco's down. You got a new school in El Cap without seniors. So, Patterson was really the strong team in this league. Good year for Livingston to finish second. But Livingston's kind of a bigger school playing in a smaller league. So usually that ends up with a lower seed in the playoffs.
All right, we'll go on to the Southern League. We got two teams represented there. The Gustine girls, they got a one-game edge on Oristema right now after knocking them off last week. They got 3 games left, but all against kind of the bottom half of the Southern League. I like their chances to hold on and snag the league title here.
Yeah, great season for Gustine. It's been a while since we've heard, a Gustine basketball team making noise, so a solid season for them. They've gotten big play out of Suji Luna. She's averaging over 21 points a game. Good season for them. Mariposa looks like they got a shot at making the playoffs. They're 7-3 heading into the week. Strong play from them. It'll be interesting to see where these teams line up when the brackets come out, probably a week from today.
Right. Again, the southern half of the section does not usually get a lot of love come seeding time. All right, let's go to the boys' side. You got the CCC. That's decided at this point in time. We looked at some of the scenarios. GB, Merced, they've locked up their spots. Question is, who's going to be second, who's going to be third behind Turlock? Do you think that could be big based off of where you end up in the playoffs, like potential playing game versus?
No, because I think they're both going to get lower seeds. You look at their rankings, again, on Max Preps, and they're right around 20. So they're going to be in the lower field. Probably if they get a play-in game, there's a possibility that they get the home play-in game for that. But there's a good chance that they're going to go on the road for that. It just depends on who makes the playoffs in front of them. So you're looking at probably a low seed, and if you get past that play-in game, you're going to face a heavyweight early on. Again, like we said, coming into this league, we thought that there'd be 4 teams. Atwater kind of struggled, couldn't win those close games, so they kind of dropped out of it, and Pittman kind of emerged there and was challenging Golden Valley and Merced for one of those playoff spots. But as it stands now, Turlock's going to win the league. Golden Valley and Merced are going to play on Wednesday night. The winner of that gets second place, and the loser of that gets third place. And all 3 of those teams will make the playoffs.
That game was crazy good the first time around.
Yeah, double
overtime. Who do you think gets the edge the second time around? Merced does have the kids that have been here before and made a playoff run.
Big week for Merced last week. They go on the road and win at Pittman and at Atwater, 2 games that they needed to win. I like the way the Bears are playing. A.J. Stewart's been putting up a lot of points these last couple games and really finishing games strong in the fourth quarter. You look at what he did in Pittman with 15 points in the fourth, and you were at the Atwater game. He had another big fourth quarter to help put that game away.
10 points that time.
Yeah, so I like the way Merced's playing. They're at home. I'd give the edge to the Bears. And knowing that, Golden Valley is going to be watching that, and they'll be fired up and let me know if they pull up the upset.
Motivation. We're always here for bulletin board material. Everybody.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the WAC boys. Central Valley been the dominant team. They got this one locked up. Patterson, solid second place team, and then you got Series. They are sitting at 6-3 with 3 games to go. In theory, El Capitan and Pacheco could end up 6-6, and if Series lost all 3 of their games,
Where do you put the accent mark on El Cap?
Did I put the wrong
El Capitan
on the wrong syllable? Seems unlikely at this point in time, but in theory we could have some interesting stuff. And Pacheco's got the best shot. They got games against Los Banos, and they got games against somebody else that was quite winnable, and then they will face Series in that last game of the regular season. So if they can take care of business, they got themselves a shot to at least force a tie. We're not entirely sure what the league's tiebreakers are, but they would at least be 1-1 against each other head to head.
What I like for El Cap is you're still playing meaningful games late in the year, which sets them up for next year being one of the players in this league. I think they're going to have seniors next year. These guys will have experience. You bring everybody back. I think that they got a chance to challenge some of the top teams in the WAC next year, so it should be interesting.
All right, let's talk Southern League. Mariposa, we liked them since the beginning of the season. You said, at the St. Mark Classic, they were straight up one of the better teams in the entire area.
I think they would have contended with any CCC team for the playoffs in that league. They've won 12 straight. They're 10-0 in the league. The question is, will they be rewarded with a decent seed come playoff time?
Yeah, historically, I mean, as much as the CCC doesn't get love, the Southern League really doesn't get love. So that'll be interesting to see. I think they go undefeated and take care of business there and at least give themselves the best chance possible. Delhi looks like they're a lock at number 2, and then you got Gustine holding on to that 3rd seed right now. There's a couple teams waiting in the wings. LeGrand still theoretically has a chance, but going up and getting blown out at Mariposa hurt their chances last week. And then who's the other one waiting around?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
Edit that part.
But right now, Gustine's got the best chance. If they take care of business, they'll be in with the 3 seed.
Yeah, I mean, talk about Gustine possibly getting both boys and girls in.
And a really nice football team this year also. So it looks like that's a couple programs on the rise. So good for them.
All right.
All right, that's going to do it for us this week. We will see if we got time to throw one together before all the playoff action gets going.
We should have time because, I mean, they're not going to...
Playing games are on Friday, right?
Yeah.
So we should have time. We'll see you to lead into the playoffs, and hopefully somebody's got a big run in them.
Cool.